Hi, I want to tell you about a very exciting program that was started by the Massachusetts Poetry Festival last year. It's called the Common Threads Program. And last year, some 10,000 people across the state in libraries, book clubs, classrooms, churches, senior citizen centers got together and talked about poetry. And I hope you will be interested in doing the same thing this year with the 10 extraordinary poems that will be distributed across the state in their texts by both living and not living poets, and with video and audio clips by the living poets. The poems include Emily Dickinson's very famous and extraordinary little poem, Tell All the Truth But Tell It Slant, which in a way is a kind of byword for poetry itself. That poetry in its use of metaphor and language often tells the truth but in an indirect way. And some of these poets tell the truth in a very direct and sometimes devastating way, like Sam Cornish's Horseface, a very direct and upsetting poem and moving poem about racism, or indirectly like Gail Mazur's poem about baseball, in which she begins, the game of baseball is not a metaphor. There are poems by Joyce Passaroff, The Hardness Scale, which I think is one of the great love poems of the last century. David Ferry's Out at Lanesville, a very moving elegy, partly inspired by another poem on our list, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's The Fire of Driftwood, a poem about memory and memory for things lost. There's Frank Bedart's brilliant Sestina, in which a whole life is looked back on through 6 very simple words: if, see, no, end, in, is. And we go all the way back to what may be the first really great poem written by an American poet, Anne Bradstreet's the author to her book. I hope you will participate. I think you will have a great time reading and discussing and arguing about these extraordinary poems.